to be. So let's just think about a couple of solution options, because I know we run out of time unless I get through this quickly. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly, and this is the section that's biased for those that are okay with that. I'm just going to give you a quick view of how we see this. So one of the ways we see it is that you really want to have a world of computational social science covering the broader population of research and the technicalities of what you want to focus on. So that means that you want to have an understanding of the social sciences, and that means that you want to understand the anthropological, the psychological, and the elements of how it works within smaller communities being social science. You want to understand how that works and how that fits together, and you might want to use some ways to include the data that was collected in the context of a qualitative approach. In the computer science world, you want to make sure that you've got the tooling and the mechanisms by which you can test many of these theories. So you want to bring it together in computational social science. So you want to have ways in which you can find mappings of the algorithms in the social science world and human behavioral constructs and map it onto a technological deployment platform. And that means that as a human behaves and as a human engages throughout its lifetime with whatever service, product, and if you think of a service like a telephony service or a banking service or a transportation service, or in a product when you go purchase a bed or a television set or a computer, the point is that at that point of you engaging, you want to have something that you can either collect from that customer or provide them with an option to say that I now know how this person is feeling about what they've just done, or how they're feeling before they get to do what they need to get to do. So that means that you need real-time capabilities to be able to amplify your social science models. And that means that you want to have a way in which you can bring all of these elements together in a technologically deployable environment using social science capabilities. And we're big proponents of that for those kind of ecosystem style of working. So that means that if you had to take another example, something like music, that's been a long field of study for me. I find it very intriguing how this works. But music is a major key to happiness. This is a study published here. I've got the reference, and when I send out the notes, I'll make sure that we put all the references for the different slides in there so people can go and have a look at it. So think about music in the context of being therapeutic and the way in which we seem, or at least feel, about music that is really great in our lives. So the first thing is lyrics affects people. So lyrics can be used to create nostalgia. It can be used to create a sense of feeling that under normal conditions will not be that easy to create unless you had a tune in your ear or something that you can relate to. So that means that the way in which music alleviates pain and keep our brain healthy and improve our mood and all the characteristics that have been done through research, and for those who are interested can go read this report afterwards. But basically what we're seeing now is that there is an impact of a media platform like music on your behavior. So that means that if you could track how somebody listens to music in the context of their car or the context of their home or wherever they are, you want to be able to act on that media. So could you have a scenario where if you're busy on a WhatsApp chat to somebody and that there's music playing in the background, that you'll be able to track what the mood is of that person's chat in relation to their music, or somebody is performing a banking transaction or they're busy doing a purchase. Could we start bringing all of these dimensions together? And we're seeing that the data points that are being created to make it, that connection between what we do and how we feel means that we're going to have to create a diverse influence of data around us. In this example, if you had to take somebody like Spotify, and we covered this in one of our previous talks, but maybe just quickly see this, is that what Spotify does, they take a song, they carve it up, and they break it up into the rhythm, the beat, the lyric, and they basically try to figure out what your mood is. And that means that how do you feel about the things that are happening around you? And what they do is they carve up the music into transactions. They categorize those transactions. And then what they do is they then map it back to your behavior. So that means that the act of categorizing somebody's life is the essence of the basis of where you do a lot of your behavioral related research from, and also where you can construct your happiness hypothesis. So